Hi, and thanks so much for joining me for my August favorites. Starting with something that I know is probably a favorite of yours if you have it. It's the Chanel blush. I have mine in 797, and if I haven't picked it up by the time this posts, I will be picking up the mauve shade as well, because I decided I needed some color for cooler toned eyeshadows. Like I have a cooler toned eyeshadow now, and that mauve would have come in really handy. But this is a really beautiful one that I have on now. So it works really well with my skin tone. It's almost like a neutral blush for me. But this blends seamlessly with the skin. It's skin enhancing. It is one of the loveliest blushes I've tried this year. And Chanel, when they come out with their limited edition blushes, they tend to be things that I really, really love. So I've got that on now. We also have the Givenchy blush for Pop of Color. It's a little bit more high maintenance in terms of its, well, you can see here why it's high maintenance. It's this loose powder, it's highly pigmented, so you just have to be careful with this. But it has the same effect that the Chanel blush has on the skin. Much more vivid though. These both are skin enhancing, skin perfecting types of blushes. They meld with the skin. It's not like you're wearing extra layers of makeup with these blushes, which is why I love them. On to eyes. We've got so many lovely eye products this month, and I think all of the eye products I tried, I loved. So starting with the Cle de Peau, and this is probably the most innovative of the three that I've tried. And what's interesting about this is I noticed that there's dimension that's created without having to layer shades. So one color itself will provide a lot of dimension and almost look like I have a crease color even when I don't, because of the way the pigments are reflecting the light. And I'm a little bit glowy because it's quite warm in here. I'm trying to do this a little bit faster because it's so warm. I noticed there was something interesting about these Cle de Peau palettes. And so this does claim skin brightening of the eye area once the makeup is removed. So there are skin benefits in the makeup itself, which I really love. But I think overall, these are brightening pigments for the eyes without adding a lot of color. So if you want a lot of color right away, maybe not these palettes for you. So if you do want something that enhances the eye without looking like a lot of makeup, but you just see more of the beauty of the natural eye, then I think you'll really love these. And then we also tried out the Chanel eye, and I picked up another one. So if that has not gone up yet, I've got this one. I love that this is so easy to apply, but you've got to knock off that extra powder before it falls everywhere. But other than that, it applies evenly, smoothly. It doesn't move around. Once it's in place, it's in place. Meshes beautifully with the skin. So I'm curious to know if you have really hooded eyes, how this performs, because I would imagine this would be a great formula for those who struggle a little bit with makeup that moves around, because this one stayed put. So this is a long wear on it as well. And this is 404. Then we've got here for complexion products. I have not been wearing foundation very much at all, but when I did, one of the times was when I made a video when it was raining really hard. And so after that video, I had gone out with my husband to try and help divert water away from the house because it was just a deluge of rain. And I had this combination on. It was really, really good. I almost wanted to take a video after to show you how good it was. It's like it hadn't moved. So I started off with the Beige Illuminatrice by Chanel, which you know I love. It provides some blurring and also a little bit of a glow, but not too much. I don't love like glowy skin, but I think you can see it coming through this makeup right now. So my makeup is set right now. It's not like greasy feeling or anything like that, although I do have that glow. I can get that when I feel greasy, but it's not. It's all nicely set, but I do have that base Illuminatrice. And then we went in with the Chanel SUBLIMAGE Le Teint. This is one of my favorite Chanel foundations. We've got it in BD41, my best shade match in Chanel foundations. So I loved that. Really skin enhancing product, becomes one with the skin. Doesn't look like I'm wearing a lot of makeup at all. And then we of course went in with the eye concealer that at this point cannot be beat by anything else. It's the Sublimage Eye Concealer in 40 by Chanel. So that has stayed the same. Nothing has changed. Oh yeah. If I do have a little bit extra glow, then it's probably also from this. This is the Westman Atelier, and these are the super loaded liquid super loaded drops. This is in Peau de Pesche. I applied it under the eyes before concealer as well as in these areas. So that might be why you're getting a little bit of extra glow from underneath, because I didn't put that much foundation on as usual. I go ahead and I spot I was gonna say spot clean. I go ahead and spot conceal with concealers. So of course we've got here the Cle de Peau, which when it does go on sale, I make sure to post it in the community tab. So if some of you were able to pick this up on sale, usually it's about 15% off if I can find it on sale somewhere. And this is in honey, so I've got that for my dark spots here. We also went in with, gosh, the La Prairie. So I'm thinking, as I was doing my makeup, I thought, if I love this so much, why don't I try picking up a lighter shade, maybe a shade that's similar to this, and just use a brush and apply it in that area to brighten. So the trick is going to be to find the color that matches this and then get this, because I haven't found anything that really is on par. Like I said, the Le Camouflage Stilo is close. I think Touche Eclat might be a great place also to start. Again, finding the color match is gonna be tricky, but I'm on the hunt for something that can match this. So I do have that on right now. We also, oh, I forgot to mention also for eye products, the CHANTECAILLE, the Wild Mustang in Beige, and oh, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I should do a swatch between these two because they remind me of each other, because actually I went in with this. This is nice and smooth. So it's got the same smooth, actually very similar appearance to this product, but of course it's not a loose pigment. So if you don't want a loose pigment, this is beautiful as well. Same kind of effect. It just meshes with the skin. It stays for a long time. I might have to do a side by side now that I think of it, but this is beautiful on top of either one of those. So I've gone in with this Chanel product, and then this on top. This is in Roan. This is by CHANTECAILLE. This has a beautiful glow on top of either one of those products. So I love using this with the Chanel as well as the other CHANTECAILLE. Loving this combination from Dior. We've got the brow gel and the brow pencil. Lovely combination. It's been my go-to. Still using the Victoria Beckham in Mocha, the contour stick. I love it. It does such a nice job of providing that definition without being too much. It's not super obvious. It's quite natural on the skin. I can use it really strategically down the bridge of my nose just to enhance it a little bit, but it's not super obvious. It blends really nicely. And then I've kind of rediscovered this. This is the Hermes bronzer in Atlas, and I was looking for a more golden bronzer of all the bronzers that I have, and I thought, oh yeah, I've got this. It's so pretty. I've got that on top of this, and it's one of those skin enhancing bronzers. Oh yeah, it's because I had a question. What if I used bronzer like you're supposed to use bronzer as if the sun hit this area, and would it help improve the appearance of my dark spots? So I tried it. No, it didn't, but it was an interesting look and I really liked it. And that's why I pulled for the Hermes, because it is such a natural color for me, because it's got so much of a golden tone, which is really hard to find in bronzers. So if you're looking for a golden tone bronzer that is beautiful and it's got a skin perfecting kind of finish, if you use it right here as well, it looked really nice. What else do we have? Oh, I really liked this lip color by Chanel in Ease. If you're looking for something that's like a honey toned, a little bit warmer, not quite orange yet though, and it doesn't look like it here, but when you see the Get Ready With Me, you can see it is definitely warmer. I did not use that today because my eyes were so cool. I wanted to go with something else. I really wanted to go in with a Cle de Peau product that I featured, and I can't find it. It's the lip gloss that I loved so much. I'm a little bit sad I can't find it, but I'm sure it's around here somewhere. So I went in with this ESUM palette, which is lovely. So I took two colors this time because I wanted to take down that pinkiness a little bit. So I took this one, and I blended them to get the color I have on my lips now. Of course, we've got Faux Longest Lash Mascara. We've got Trench by Victoria Beckham. Oh, I didn't hold up the other contour product by Victoria Beckham. This is the one in marble that I talked about from Victoria Beckham. And I also used the Westman Atelier on the high points of my cheeks for a little bit of glow. So that's what I used here. And then the usual suspects with the Perfect Blur powder. That's what I've got in terms of powder. The only thing I've got, I've taken out the Hermes powder again, the translucent one, because I'm testing that out. So when I test products out, sometimes they make it into the regular rotation. Sometimes they get phased out or they don't stay there. But if I have a particular need, I might go back to that product and try it again. In fact, there is a skincare product that I'm reintegrating in that I haven't used for months now, maybe longer than that, that I'm using in tandem with a face mask, though, one of those ones with the lights. So I've taken that out as well. But speaking of skincare, I've been really enjoying the Niacinamide and Biotin Booster, this powder product that I've been mixing into the Tata Harper brightening serum. And if you've noticed, my skin seems to be getting really in pretty good shape here. So this addresses redness, hydration, and skin texture. So that's what this one does. It's again, niacinamide and biotin booster. I'm trying the other True Botanicals products out for you. And someone said, how can I try all the skincare products I get? Because I do get a lot of skincare products sent to me. So thank you so much for your support, because that's the only reason I receive anything and I'm able to try it for you. So this is kind of how it goes. I receive product, I will integrate it into my routine, kind of see how it goes for a couple weeks, 3 weeks maybe. And if I see that it's having an impact, a positive one, then I'll keep it and it might replace something. Or if I notice it's not making that much of a difference, or I'm actually seeing a reverse in the quality of my skin or decline, then I will remove it from the rotation and put it aside. And if it's really not great, then I will put it in not an empties, but like a discard, or I'll let somebody else in my family try it. And sometimes they do make it back into the rotation. So this is another item I'm trying out, the Zip. I think I unboxed it a while ago, but since then I've been using it for about a month. So this one has a nano current and also a micro current. This is for lifted, sculpted, and glowing skin. So I've been using this every evening, and so far I like it because it's so lightweight. It's really easy to use. You turn it on like this, and then it tells you when to move on. It tells you when to switch sides. I mean, it doesn't tell you, but there are little haptics here that give you a clue that it's time to either move along or move to the other side. So trying to see what the benefits are like for that. But like I said, I've been using it for about a month now, and I'm very good with sticking to a routine when I get into one. Speaking of routine, I've really been enjoying my workout routine. So P-Volve is something that I've talked a lot about, and I don't know if I'll talk about this in a vlog or not, but if you don't watch my vlogs, one of my favorite routines is with these gliders. So they kind of slide on the ground. Usually it's 1 foot at a time. So you don't have 2 feet just floating around on the floor, because that probably wouldn't be the safest thing, but it's usually 1 foot at a time. And it's interesting because I had been doing that, and then, as you know, there was a day where we got a deluge of rain, and I had stepped on something. It was one of the workout mats, actually, in the garage, and it got water under it, and I stepped on it and it slid. It went like the glider did, but my legs automatically went into action because they practiced these moves with the gliders, I'm hungry, with the gliders, and they engaged, and I didn't fall down like I probably would have had I not been practicing that. So my core engaged as well as my legs, and I did not fall down. Like that could have been probably a bad outcome because it slid really fast and I didn't have time to think about how to react. So I really love that P-Volve focuses on the core, balance, stability, and you also get a little bit of low impacts. Going to my 50s now, really want to make sure that I am getting to really healthy habits, because I know that if I wait longer, it's just going to be that much harder to do that. So I'm also collecting a lot of data points in terms of my progress and results, and I'm definitely seeing improvement all around. So I do collect 3 data points daily to monitor my progress, and yeah, definitely getting improvement. And I've also been doing some high intensity interval training, HIIT training on the Bowflex Treadmill, which I have been talking about. And I love it because you can watch Netflix while you work out, and you can have the coach in the background pushing you through the workout while you're watching something else that seems to go faster that way. Or you can look at scenery. You have to also subscribe to the journey thing. There's an online component that you have to subscribe to access some of those things. So just know if you do get it, there's an extra fee on top. But for me, it's worth it. I'd rather put the investment in on the front end rather on the back end, because otherwise I'll pay for it in other ways in terms of health. So I'm very happy doing that. I spend about an hour or so a day, even more, but it's kind of something my husband and I do together. We take time to work out together now. Usually it was just him working out and I didn't participate, but now I'm able to participate. So he'll use the weight machine, which we also got from Bowflex. He really likes it if you're looking for weights. He was doing free weights and now he's using the Bowflex, and I asked him if it was similar or different. He said it takes a little time to get used to, but he really likes the compact nature of it. Yeah, so I'm very happy with the workout equipment. That is it for today's video, so please take care of each other, stay well if you enjoyed this video. If you learned something, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and I will see you next time. This is a liquid super loaded, is that what it's called? Drops by Chanel. No, Chanel, Chantecaille. This is by Chantecaille. Sorry. Of course, Faux Steel.